And that is Mark Butcher about to face the first ball. Left-hand batsman, and there are slips galore out there. Look at them. The keeper, really 3 slips and 2 gullies, I suppose. And forward short leg, very attacking field. Butcher at the far end. The first ball is going to be bowled by Glenn McGrath, and the umpire just waiting for the clock to tick over. The players were really keen to get out there. They were out there right behind the umpires. They seem, having sat around for a day, very keen to get on with this. Well, there we are. That's the problem. It hasn't quite ticked over. And Glenn McGrath looks to me as if he just can't wait to get going. Big Australian. Morning, and things are going well for the Aussies. That's the end of Atherton. Out Court Taylor, bowl McGrath for 1.
England 2 for 13 in the first 45 minutes on the second day. Bowled in! Did not for a shot! Ball coming down the hill, and that's Stewart. What a breakthrough! Poor defensive cricket from Stewart, but beautifully bowled. England 3 for 13.
Well, that's a big miscalculation. That ball wasn't that wide. It was only a touch wide of our stump. If you watch it, look, that's not wide enough to leave. And you always know at Lords, with the slope from left to right on your screen, the ball normally will come back down the hill. Even a straight ball comes back into the batsman, so you've got to be careful of leaving anything outside of stump. That was a poor leave. Very poor judgment by Alex Stewart. Has been in great touch, made 270 against Yorkshire, 3 for 13.
Who has 3 big ones, and he beats him. He's got him, and Carey did it. I think that's out. We'll wait for the call. Healy's diving forward. The Australians are not sure now. Taylor talking to the wicketkeeper.
It bounced, Bill. Surely that bounce. We'll have to wait. This is a tough moment. It was a very indecisive shot. I don't think Healy was that confident that he carried.
He's running over now. He's not sure, but I thought he could with a naked eye. I thought it carried. Healy not sure. Well, this will be a very interesting replay. He's saying not out, is he? Well, there you go.
Told you, Bill. He's a good sportsman. Not from Victoria, is he? Yeah, well done. I thought that bounced. If you watch this carefully, Bill was excited. He's an Aussie. He wanted Thorpe to be out, but I thought that bounced. And I thought that was good work by Ian Healy. That's a bounce, look. God, blimey.
Decision by Healy. Nobody was sure. Oh, he beats him again. McGrath on fire at Lords. This is what it's all about. The pressure being applied. The screws turning and turning. And England struggling.
Trouble.
Well, it's well bowled. It's not often that you see Nasser Hussain playing unnecessarily outside off stump, but he was.
It's not necessarily going to be a 150 type pitch. In fact, it's certainly not at the moment. A decent 70 could be. Oh, beautiful ball. It's a decent 70 could be absolutely invaluable.
And rifle have caused the batsman a lot of problems. It's not easy batting out there. Variable bounce in particular. One's bouncing, one's staying down, and the Sains look very confident in defence or attack.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Bill, because I just want to keep you honest as you're getting elated about England being 4 for 56. This pitch ain't going to get any better, and 200 runs would be a good score.
I agree. I think 200 runs would be a very good score, Jeffrey, particularly at 4 for 56 on the third day, and the crowd cover's been around. The covers have been down for virtually 3 days, and it's the variable bounce to me is the worry.
Well, I think it's a poor pitch. It's a relayed pitch. It was supposed to make the Lords pitches better. They've got old and tired. All the stuff that groundsmen put on pitches to get the grass to grow and to get a flat, good surface has built up at Lords over about 60 years, so they needed relaying. But this one's poor. There are big cracks right from the word go, and uneven bounce.
Got him, I think. He's forward. Surely that's out. Yes, it's 5. McGrath picks up 4, and England really on the back foot now in the second Test match.
Well, that was again a well-pitched up delivery by McGrath. Been impressed with him because at Edgbaston his performances were rubbish. He was up and down in length and wide, but this match, every time he's bowled a fullish length, very straight, and he's made the ball just hold its line when batsmen are expecting it to run down the hill at Lords. This big slope, 8 foot 8, 5 for 56 England.
Well, Glenn McGrath has just picked up his 5th victim, been congratulated by the Australians, and what a victim. Nasser Hussain, who's looked the best of the England batsmen. LBW to McGrath.
Yes, just nipped back a little bit, but playing from the crease there, and that is plumb LBW. Up they go. First ball after that little interruption for rain, and what a wicket that is. Hussain, LBW, bowled McGrath for 19. And welcome to our Adelaide viewers. Good time to join, actually. This is McGrath getting the wicket of Hussain from sideways on. You can see here, no ways this one was going over the top. In fact, it was pretty well pitched up, playing from the crease. And that was the end of that. Look at his front foot, literally inches in front of the batting crease. So the end of Hussain, and that's now going to bring Croft to the centre. There he comes, and he's going to join Elam. And after that, it's Goff, Caddick and Malcolm, the fast bowler.
They obviously want to get as much time as possible.
Yeah! Got him, yes, got behind, that's it. Outside off stump that time. The most important thing about it was relatively well pitched up, and I think Croft had decided he's got to do something about it. Big nick, Healy makes the catch.
There's a faint edge. It was the right idea. Croft, seeing the ball a little wide, thought, well, here's an opportunity. But unfortunately for the Welshman, he just got a light touch straight through to Ian Healy, and he's gone. So sixth victim for Glenn McGrath, and England are 7 for 66.
McGrath with the sun on his back now, steaming in from the members' end, as you would with 6 for 38. It's gone in the air. Healy will get this. This will be 7 for McGrath. Yes, it is. Very good effort from McGrath. His best ever test figures, and England in a lot of strife on the third day.
Well, that was a good short ball. It was very straight. Got it straight, so it was difficult to pull a hook. He was tucked up a little bit. The ball going to hit him round about chest high. He had to fetch it from outside off stump, which means you've got to get round it a long way. Not easy to pull or hook when the ball's outside off stump, and it got big about chest high. Good bowling, but it was worth a risk from Darren Goff, because they've been held in check. The main batsman hadn't been able to score. It was worth him throwing the bat. 8 for 76. Should have got him out those couple of balls. So he's just about right now, so I think he's just about okay. He'll have probably said to the umpire, is it okay if I bowl him out?
Big shout. Yes, he's got him. He's got 8. 8 for 38 from McGrath. A match-winning performance, one would feel, that the Australians bat well. Caddick from in front, and a wonderful effort by the big New South Welshman. He's bowled straight. He's got the ball to move off the seam. He's made them play. Good support from Healy behind the stumps and Taylor. And a great performance by the big fast bowler. Out of form in the first test match. He's hit back hard. All out for 77 England after being sent in by Mark Taylor. And this will be a magnificent ovation for McGrath and Rifle. They certainly have done the job.
Well, I thought it was smart bowling before he got him out. I was just saying that I thought he bowled those 2 bounces deliberately to make sure the hand of the clock got to 10-2, and then his captain won't have to come out and open the innings until after lunch. You don't want a naughty little session where you've got 1 over to face. So it was thoughtful cricket, and then it was good cricket by actually bowling Caddick out after he bowled a couple of bounces. Very, very good performance. Pitched the ball up, bowled straight, deserved every reward he's got, because he's come back from a very poor performance at Edgbaston, and he's come back with a top performance, really top performance.
Yes, a wonderful ovation from the members and all the full house here at Lord's for McGrath. Here's the last dismissal, stump to stump, just cuts down the hill, would have taken middle and leg, no doubt about that. That's plumb.